Guten Tag, my little soldiers. How are you all doing? I forgot to install the game. It's fine. It'll take me like a second, but yeah. I forgot to install the game. That's pretty funny. I thought that was I didn't think that was an installer. I thought that was just the game file. I was like, okay, it actually has an installer to it. Huh. What? What do you mean I can't just press the button? There we go. That's better. Weird stuff. It's not lit. Man, that's weird. Well, I guess, yeah. Show him read me? No. Just start the game. Hell yeah. Hello, Death Seeker. Hello, Crash. How you two doing? Oh, I can't really. Oh, I thought I could. Can I? Hold on. Alright. Disable adult mode. Ah! Ah! That's not what I meant to do. That's not what I meant to do at all. Okay, that kind of worked. Hold on one moment. I can figure out how to get around this. Let me just do that and then do this. Oh no, it's just gotta go back and forth, isn't it? I thought that would work, but apparently not. Okay. I guess no full screen because it just makes the other screen black. It's unfortunate, but it's how it is. Here's what I'll do. I'll use window capture this time. And I'll press Katawa Shoujo. And I'll get rid of the display screen. And yeah, it's gonna be a little small, but I'll make it bigger for you guys. It's a little annoying that it doesn't really fit, but you know how it is. Oh, let's properties. No. Automatic. Okay. Never mind. Is it big enough for you? Do you think it should be like over here? You know what? I'll just put it over here. I'll just put it right here. Right in the middle. Hell yeah. Man, this music's fire though. So now that we've disabled all the stuff, skipping after choices? I don't know what skip on red text. No, we should turn down. Oh, you can't even hear the music. I don't know what I'm doing. Hold on, let me put on the music so you can hear it. It's nice. Very calming. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's go! Katawa Shoujo, here we go, boys! Oh, return. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide beautiful green canopy far out of the sights of teachers and students. Oh, okay. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together fiercely to prevent from numbing in this cold. Ugh. Just how long am I expecting to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 p.m. Ah yes, the gnome slipped between the pages in my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. You haven't played this game in forever. Well, we're gonna be enjoying it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I disabled adult mode, by the way, so no nudies for us. I wish there was nudies, but unfortunately, Twitch is too much of a pansy and won't allow nudies. Hey, do you know how to change the size of this? Oh shoot, I didn't read that. Oh well. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. The rustling dry underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Hello, Arsenic. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Lost time. It's been a while since I've seen you. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. May have been 8 years since I touched this game. Hi, Hisao? 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 You came? Hesitating, barely an audible question. I recognized the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. A voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as anything more than an eavesdropper in a conversation. I turn to this voice, the voice of my dreams. My heart begins to race. Who dis? Just so you know, Hisao is a girl. She is a very handsome girl, and this is gay. This is entirely gay. And anybody who doubts me is getting dropped at high altitude. Anyway. Iwakano? Iwanato. Yeah, there we go. Iwanato. I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Anniversary raid. Hell yeah. I'm getting raided. Raiding time. It's time to raid my trenches once again. Thanks for raiding my trenches, my little soldiers. Thank you. We have hit 400 followers, 402 followers, and I thank you all for supporting me through these times. It's been wonderful being a VTuber, and I don't think I'll be stopping anytime soon. Even if my life does get pushed over and flipped over, I think I'm gonna stay. But yeah, it's not quite an anniversary for me yet. We still got a few weeks, but I'm excited. I'm very excited. Thank you for coming. Thank you for following me once again. It is great to have another soldier in my grand army. We shall conquer the world. Will take some time. It is for you. Happy 1 year. That's great. That's wonderful. Let's continue. Damn it. I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result. Oh, useless lesbian. Pathetic. Thank you. We're playing Katawa Shoujo. If you don't know, it's a visual novel, a really good one, made by 4chan of all people. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I'll be narrating. I'll be your narrator. Yes. I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile makes me so tense. I couldn't move a single muscle, even if I tried. Useless. My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst out of my chest and claim this girl for itself. Damn, impressive heart. His heart making some gains, like my little soldiers. Making some gains. Oh, this game. I remember the game. Oh boy, the H scenes. I took off all the adult stuff. No H scenes. I wish I could have it, but unfortunately, I would have to set up a fansly. And I guess I could set up a fansly, but you know, nobody would ever show up, and I wouldn't get a beautiful raid. So, here we are, out in the cold. Nice. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The sarcophagus noise is music to my ears. That doesn't make any sense. Awanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by a new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine. She lazily twirls her long, dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. Pum pum, pum pum, pum pum, pum pum. I gotta add sound effects for fun. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see? Pum pum. I wanted to know. Pum pum, pum pum. If you'd go out with me. I stand there motionless, save from my pounding heart. Pum pum. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they're being stretched beyond the breaking point. He's out. I reach up, trying to massage my throat, but this sends a spike of blinding pain along my arms. He's out! My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot up in terror. Pum pum, pum pum, pum pum, pum pum, pum pum. He's out! The beating of my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanako running towards me, all these fade into black. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of what Iwanako screaming for help, and nested chatter of the branches above. Four Leaf Studio presents Katawa Shoujo! Thank you all for coming and watching me, my little soldiers. This wonderful game. I've heard great things about it. And no, I don't think I will. I think I will simp. I think I'll be able to simp. But anyway, we're in a hospital now. Pum pum. 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 Man, this game is very aesthetically pleasing. It's a wow. Iwanako. Is that how you say it? Is that even a name? I don't even think that's a name in Japanese. If I remember correctly, that's not a real name. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I left this hospital room, unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts. So I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia, fuck. A strange word, a foreign alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition that causes the heart to act erratically, occasionally beat too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently I've had it so long, they said it was a miracle I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is it really a miracle? I guess it's supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It didn't really do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I'd already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house just to pay for a cure. Of course, there wasn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized the only reason why I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had turned into a class project. Ouch! Ouch! That hurts! Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubted. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Fuck him! And Wanako was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital? Ha! It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they were in a hurry and have a million other patients waiting for them. But it only makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate when I would be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatments and surgeries worked. So idly, I observed the scar that those surgeries left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore. I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there at least is some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism, my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library in the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I became a little bit addicted to it too. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands, but I loved the stories. That was what life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only from the book I was reading and the weather outside. I felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped inside, instead of moving within. A week could go by without me noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of my books would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, look at the ceiling as if I were going to cry. But that happened only rarely. And I couldn't even cry. Today, the doctor comes and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I last seen them. Both of them are even dressed up, sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? A special occasion? It's not a party. There is this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers, then setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hisao. How are you today? Hello, Hisao. How are you doing today? I don't answer him. I smile a little back at him. I believe you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We've have all your medical sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. Doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So, Minnie. I take it from his hands and take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? The absurdly long list of medications staring at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. Man, that's a lot, guys. That's a lot of meds. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I tried to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it, attempting to only make me feel sicker. Make me sicker. All this for the rest of my life? Every day? I'm afraid this is best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the list fade over the years. Years. What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if he didn't say anything at all. Also, I've spoke with your parents, and we believe it'd be best if you don't return to your old school. What? What? Please, calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Wait, no. Please, calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down? Calm down? The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand your education is paramount. However, I don't think it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken with your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamoku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? Am I? It has a 24 nursing staff. It's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it was really that free, it wouldn't be that free and wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. What am I, a child to these people? Do I need to be supervised all the time? Is that what I am, a child now? Can't even take of herself? Of course, it's only if you want to go, but your mother and I really aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look a couple weeks back. I think you'd like it. It looks like I really don't have a choice. Compare to the other heart problems people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This is an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity! Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and well, it's not the same one. A special school. It's an insult. That's an insult. That is what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All the students are pretty active in their own sort of way. If you're a sort of student that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Your father's right. And many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. One of my colleagues is in another hospital as a graduate. I don't care. A person who doesn't have to be held back by their disability, that's what a disability is. And I really hate that something so important was decided for me. But what can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. Now that my heart is weak. It's funny. I always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now. Something about how I can go back to school anyway, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is, I know it's futile. I look around the room, feeling tired, very tired of all of this. The hospitals, the doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this. But the thought of going to disability school, going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult, ableist. But let me try. A clean slate isn't bad. Is all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something, even if it's a special school. It's something. It's a fresh start. My life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life looks like. Man, this guy is kind of ableist. He's kind of an asshole. She's kind of an asshole, I should say. Act 1, life expectancy. Nice. How you enjoying my dub so far? Before we continue, I'm gonna go pee. I need to pee real fast. Let's continue. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. And in fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wonder if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably not. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. Like, my little soldiers, moving forward feels good. So I walked towards the main building of Yamako Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school should have. Much like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop in my mind. It should make me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded for now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. Roll with the punches. That's what I tell myself, at least. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley, even though I was told this is my new school. In the back of my head, it doesn't feel like one. By the way, these are real pictures of schools, and I'm pretty sure this is actually a real picture of a school in Massachusetts. At least I think so. But these are real pictures of schools. People actually went to the location just to take a picture. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of schools for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. It makes me wish there was someone here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with wind and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again. Cat, stop! Jesus Christ. How they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building. Yes, the building's very haughty. I surprised myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life to return to. Oh my fucking god, cat! You just came in here, and now you wanna go right back out. Frustrating. But still, after entering, there was no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous about this realization in my head, I opened the front door. Again, these are real places. You probably find, I don't really remember where, but they are real places. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. You must be Nikki? Nakai. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom teacher and science teacher. My name is Muto. Welcome. We exchanged a handshake that was neither firm nor sloppy, and he looked at his watch. The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost missed what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? What do you guys think? One or two? One top, two bottom. What do you think? I will await for your answer. One or two? One or two? waiting for the stream delay, waiting for people to see. One or two. That's one of the answers. Only two answers that you can pick. One or two. If in a minute. Why? Sure. Someone said, why? Why do I have to? Of course not. That's why I asked. Alright. Let's go then. Bugger off. Pip pip cheerio. My heart is pounding my chest and keeps me thinking of my condition as I follow the teacher to the stairs. The third door down the third floor corridor and is marked as this last room for class 3. Mutao opens the door and enters. Are you excited to meet class? Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Oh, get a grip. This is a big step. I know that. But there isn't any point of worrying so much about there isn't any point in worrying so much about it. At least not this soon. Hey, look at all our new classmates, ladies and gentlemen, my little soldiers. Look at them. I followed the teacher into the classroom and looked around, partially so I don't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high and there's lots of space left over around and between the desks. An entire wall taken up by blackboards and high old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs for metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stopped walking in the front of the class and faced the other students. They all looked normal, like students in any other school, but then why would they be here? They probably, like me, have something wrong with them, only it's not immediately obvious. I noticed that one of the girls seemed to be missing the thumb on her right hand. It's a bit jarring. A little bit jarring. I can't really see any of that. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking to me, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway. Though while he introduces me to the class, I notice a flash of dark hair and see someone looking at me. A girl with really long, straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her other hands, as if it will make her invisible. There's one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It seems weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Oh, can I look around? Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. She's kind of cute. Fuck. Can I go back? Guys, can I go back some way? Hold on, let me see. Is it possible for me to go back? No? I guess not. Sad. Oh well. She's kind of cute. So is the cheery-looking girl with pink hair next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hands, and so does everyone else except one girl in the front row who shows only one hand. I cringe a bit, but hide it by bowing in thanks for this applause I did not deserve. After the applause, there is a brief silence that nobody seems to want to be responsible for breaking. The teacher soon realizes that he should probably say something. He starts he opens up with some unintelligible noise, shuts up as as he loses his momentum and then starts introducing me. No one seems to be too interested. Maybe I should have just said yes to the self-introduction thing. Probably realizing he doesn't know anything about me, he just ends up saying my name wrong again and asks me to write on the blackboard. I do that in turn to face the class feeling awkward. I listen to the teacher as he drones on about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently. When he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The front row girl claps this round with one hand against her wrist, ends in a bandaged stump. Makes me feel a little bad. We're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everybody. Is that okay with you? Yeah, that's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She's the class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know. And who else would be able to explain that right? Who else would be able to explain that better, right? There was no point in that sentence. She can explain everything you might want to know. How could I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I didn't know who Hakamichi is. Slow, the teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh, right. Hakamichi is right there. She's in a Hakamichi. It's the PK girl. Woo! Our first girlfriend, my little soldiers. My first girlfriend. As he calls her the name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes wave her hands at me. Wait, she actually looks like that? I'm impressed. I take a seat next to her by the window. I'm the protagonist. I'm sitting by the window. Yes, I love her too. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? Nice to meet you. Ha 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 ha! Oh. What? What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not Hakamichi. I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi Chichan. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, and one I saw using sign language before. Looks like she's been staring at me the whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short yet carefully, neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval glasses, balanced in the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. Man, can we date Hakamichi instead? Can we do that? It's nice to meet you. She's a... ... She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher is messing with me, saying like, "You'll be able to talk to people, and people who better to explain things to you." Yeah, that's pretty funny. I can see you're a little confused, right? But I understand why you think I was Shichan. Shichan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. Dot, dot, dot. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, see, Shi-chan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would be, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? Right? Misha looks at me with a weird expression, then continues. We don't know much about him, and maybe we'll find out later. Maybe I should have introduced myself after all. Anything that would have given a better first impression than the teacher's drone and fumbling of my name. We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today so soon. He-chan, right? He-chan? Again. Main character's a girl. Anybody who disagrees with me dies immediately right now. Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I've never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits. You look like you look just like how I imagined. Ha 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 ha. Sorry. Dot dot dot. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, you look like a He-chan. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Dot dot dot. Ikamichi taps her finger to the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, their hands in a blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Shi-chan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need, you feel free to ask her. Dot dot dot. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. That's a weird way of doing that. I don't know how to read that properly, but okay. Misha stumbles with a hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kind of came straight here to class today. Dot dot dot. Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Yeah, it needs to be hearty. That's no good. You should try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. It's not just with school either. With either. Always, even if it's a trip to a convenience store. Shi-chan? Ha 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 ha! Wait, what? Wait, no, sorry. Really, Shi-chan? Ha 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 ha! Learn about where you're going? I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just care enough to do so. I don't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assed, but anyway. I don't say anything, and Misha signs something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It seems like it was about me. I feel sloppy over my sleep, both smiling, but that shrug hits me unexpectedly deeply. You look down. You look down. Are you okay? Dot dot dot. Don't take it the wrong way. Please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking at me like you just failed the test! Sorry, I have to do that every time. Oh, right? Dot dot dot. And another thing, you don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan. Dot dot dot. Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. dot dot dot. Yep, Shizune is fine. Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shichan, who I assume would be all business. Well, she seems like that. Just less so, I guess. Dot dot dot. Huh? Oh, right. We haven't touched the assignment. We should start work. We should start work now. Or Shichan will get mad. The assignment is kind of long, so we should start now if we wish to finish it before the end of class. Wah-ha-ha! That too! Every time I have to. Sorry. Dot dot dot. Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need no sign language to know that. To understand that. Okay, I get the message. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day out today, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of both difficulty and unnecessarily long. Still, we finish it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in class. Despite our late start, Shizune and Misha are really capable. They seem quite different. The class rep is calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distract. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bells ring, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. It's lunchtime, my little soldiers. It's time for lunch! Hell yeah. Without knowing what else to do, I followed Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. We descend even below the lobby where I met Muto down in the bottom floor. Just like everything in the school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the class's exterior. It just looks like a normal classroom. It's familiar in some ways. It's very familiar, somewhat. Its big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria! I have to yell all her stuff. It's the cafeteria! Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems strange until I realize many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. Nice. It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. I picked something at random, and followed Shizune to the table, sitting opposite of her. As I nibbled indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha poked at me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. ... I don't understand sign language, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at the person who she talks to is just proper and polite. So, do you want to know something? What? About anything. We're your guide, so you should ask if there's something. I wonder. Oh, we're gonna ask about the library. I'm not... Oh yeah, is there a library in the school? Lately I've gotten into reading a lot, so I'd like to check it out. Misha gives the kind of frown that makes it clear she doesn't consider reading a healthy hobby, but then picks up her smile again. There is! It's on the second floor. We should show you sometime. Thanks. Thanks. I returned to my food while the girls talked between themselves. Misha Shizune sighing back and forth, very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they're talking about secret girl stuff or something. Talking about me, because I'm a handsome young woman. That's what's up. I quickly notice the conversation inside is not enough to fill a silence. We arrived at the classroom early, but we're not the first. A dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over her desk at the last row. She jumps a little when Misha trashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. She drinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way here, as if she were slowly turning into stone just from our presence. Social anxiety, my dear. Me and you and me too. Relatable, very relatable. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind as I walk directly past her to their seats and began to converse. I left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students, and finally the teacher. Getting into rhythm, school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how it's done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of school, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day. Maybe it's the long time spent at the hospital that made me feel like this. I'm feeling physically weak and lifeless. Before long, the bell finally rings. The final bell rings. School's over for the day. Nice! It's finally over! School's over! Let's go! Chaos and mayhem! Besides me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around, Hee-chan. We have to hurry around since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Wait, the teacher said I have to go see you first. Where do I have to go? Is that so? Well, we can do that much for ya. Come on, the nurse had their own building. We'll go outside. We joined the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing to their senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to a smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like a part of the main building. ... There's this auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' office. They even have a swimming pool. Woo! Swimming pool time! I love swimming. How is that official? ... Don't be silly, Hee-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing facilities are in there, too. The head nurse's office is on the first floor. You'll be fine here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow! Woo! Let's go! Let's do this! Yeah, thanks. Bye. The whole building for stuff has nothing to do with the actual education. I guess it's necessary for a place like this. So dreary. I walk in, hoping that this really is the only will be a... I walk in, hoping that this really will be only a quick visit, like the teacher said. On the white door on the left is a green cross with a sign with the text, head nurse, and a nameplate. A voice in the side responds to my knock almost immediately. But I can't quite make it out. It sounded like a bit of an invitation to open the door, so I invited myself further in. The room is not large, and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around in his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin... Oh, fuck. I didn't see him. Smiley man. Hello there, what can I do for you today? He's young looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples in his cheeks just wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who just heard the very same question hundreds of times. Why, yes, I am. It says so on the door, no? You can just call me by my name, or just the nurse, like everyone else. Of course, I shake off the views and realizes I probably should have grabbed his extended hand. His handshake was rather firm and friendly. Right, I'm a new student, and my homeroom teacher told me to come meet you. My name is Hisao Nakai. Hisao Nakai. Not Makai, Nakai. His eyes light up with revelation as he snaps his fingers. I wish I could snap my fingers, but I can't. Oh, you're that Nakai. I was just reading your file this morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related to congenital heart muscle deficiency, right? He gestures to me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yes? Well, good. You've probably been briefed about the school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around here, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there's a problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, this is like a hospital. Not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. His joke feels so out of place that I'm left thinking why he even said it. Yeah, just that it's really weird to have so many medical people at our school. You'll get used to it. I'm not so sure of that myself, but I won't let the nurse know that. Now, let me find your file again. Here it is. He searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of papers around. I let my gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls, ceiling, dark gray, laminate flooring, and all the equipment you expect from a school's nurse's office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging up on all four walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 meal times a day in all the food groups. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file, stacked with similarly thick files, and opens it. Here it is. So you already have the medication for arrhythmia. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff? I don't know, boxing? He grins at his own joke, but I don't. Well, I play soccer occasionally with some friends. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you refrain from doing that, at least for the time being. Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really, I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I did it out of burning passion. I guess I never did it for the burning passion of the sport, just to have something to do. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous for your heart. Risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by sudden concussion in the chest area? There's no mention of the cause in your papers. Not exactly. I sidestep the question acceptably. He glances over his papers and with more serious expression on his face. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. We have physical therapy and such, as I said, but I don't think you really need such heavy measures. Just some light exercise regularly. Brisk squats or even light jog, jumping rope or something. Maybe swimming, maybe. There's a pool here. So I was told. You were? very good. At any rate, I'm sure that you'll be told this before, but you need to take care to not overexert yourself. He wags his fingers and it emphasized the point. Not really, I've heard this 1,000 times already. Absolutely no risk. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over his papers once more and sets them on the desk, obviously content. Good, that's it. Then come meet me if you ever need something. I'm ushered out before I realized it. A quick visit indeed. I ended up standing in front of the main building in the auxiliary building. Although to my eyes, they still looked like one and the same. It's the first real look I get at the other students, so I watched people coming out of the school, going towards the gates or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they're going, and I still keep being that most of them don't look too special for being students of a special school, and again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? One of us? I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost. It's around dinner time. I feel tired instead of hungry. Awareness only grows on me as I trudge to the dorms, set a little way apart from the main building complex. There's a garden of sorts between the school and the dorms, shrubbery, flowers, and the overbearing smell of fresh cut grass that fills the atmosphere. It dawns on me that my tired mind that the smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. The building is so big, made of red brick like the others. It feels way too pompous for what it is. So I push forward, going inside. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given in my pocket. Room 119. Despite it should have been 69. It should have been 069. I'm disappointed. Despite the ornate exterior, and inside the dorm was fairly new and functional and boring. Just like the main building, the halls and doors were wide to accommodate wheelchairs. The same goes for the elevators in the end of the hallways. I poked my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching the television. And one nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. Seems the only girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seem to have a toilet and shower as well as 4 rooms. And halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. The nameplates on the rooms adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines below the door of room 117, so I knock lightly. Hello? Anyone here at home? Inside, I hear a few movements, and the clicking of way more locks than I thought this door had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. I spy a speckled boy standing in the doorway. He's looking at me very intently with his extremely thick eyeglasses. Who is it? Blind? No, at least that's not completely. Why would he have Why would he have glasses if he was? He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touch. His breath smells like garlic. He's so Nakai. I'm moving to the next room. I thought I should introduce His face suddenly brightens in realization. He stands back upright, thrusting his hand out in a smiling greeting, almost straight to my diaphragm. Oh, sup, dude? Name's Kenji. Hi? I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it. Still, a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude and family welcome. There's some suspicious-looking people going in and out of your room earlier. That was probably my parents. Your parents? Sure? Because they could have been some other people, too. You can't judge a book by its cover. His out-of-place proverb is left hanging behind me as awkwardly as I try to think of a way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man, Hisao. A brave man. Me? I don't think I could trust the chances. The only one I trust is myself. Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while. A wise decision. Damn you, you're smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope not smart. He squints his eyes and leans closer again, but I lean backwards to dodge it. Never mind, it doesn't matter. With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment in search for the door handle, and shuts the door behind him. I slide the key into the lock of door marked 119. I like that guy. I forget his name, but I like that guy. He was a nice dude. I like him. He was funny. He had a funny voice, too. Bleak beige walls, white linen, and desks made of some kind of light wood. Ugly curtains. It's no one's room. Impersonal, like my hospital room was. My badge sitting in the foot of the bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet door is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. It seems that the number of school uniforms hanging there as well. Or a number of school... Oh, fuck. Okay, it just... Hi, Hee-chan. Hi, Hee-chan. We packed your things and made your bed. They said if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. I kinda hope I would. Then there would be something to do. It's still too early. I put down the note and lie down on bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but there's nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge keeps growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's the stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it, before coming, and for the entire day today too, and I still am, I think. Damn, I would have to distract myself somehow. I won't be this unnatural anytime soon. That doesn't make any sense. Tomorrow, I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. But for now... The bottles of medication neatly arranged at my night table catch my eyes. I picked up one and shake it. The contents rattle inside and then read the glued-on pharmacy label. Hiso Nakai. 2 tablets daily to stay alive. It doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. It's kind of twisted having your life depending on chemicals like this. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? With a sigh, I began my new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle and carefully check the correct dosages. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain, and after that, I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. It doesn't start looking any more familiar. Not even after darkness falls and long shadows draw across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against the chill that passes for room temperature here. Soon the lighter shades of darkness, that is the ceiling, looks like every ceiling does, At night, it becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me asleep, and I feel the coldness and unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world I knew. Sleeping. Z. Ah, man! How you enjoying this so far? Katawa Shoujo. How you enjoying the game and my narration? Hello, AA Killer. Welcome back to stream. Hello, people who are coming in. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I'd forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. This is my room, isn't it? My room. ... This is the third room this year, and I'm supposed to call it mine. Various things around me remind me of that, indeed. It's me who's supposed to be the one living here. My bags on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating, until I open a bottle, shake it out, a pill, and pop a tablet from a foil sheet. From a foil sheet. I down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out of bed and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on my new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one. A natural one. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not different from what I'm used to, what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. But so far, this place seems to be more or less like a normal school. Except for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday, Misha's constant laughter, and Shizune's sweeping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far, and they aren't noble, but I'm sure that the others are. There's no such thing as normal, bro. No such thing as normal, sis. It doesn't exist. It's false. Misinformation. Created by the government. Or perhaps people like them or what passes for normal around here. Yeah, that does pass for normal around here. What does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after class yesterday. Maybe there was clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. On their class, the question remains in my mind. So I decided to ask Shizune about it, and we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything to know, I should ask her. ... She crosses her arms, shifted her gaze slowly towards Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. ... Ahaha! Sorry, Shi-chan. Is there something you want from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, Hee-chan. My first thought is she means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. ... Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There's also school events, like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school attends to help out with it. doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in a busy time. You transferred at an opportune time, my friend. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. Wahahaha! I don't know, Hee-chan. The truth is, it's a local event. I'm not from this area, so... She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses and of an oddly grandiose gesture, starts signing hard and heavy. Hard and heavy. ... Huh. Oh. Who cares? Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune's words out at me with disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning in our direction. Not so loud. ... Human beings evolved with each new generation. The ideals and belief behind festivals is inevitably changed with time. ... Now it's about delicious fried food, amusing little games that you play to win prizes. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long wooden pointer against his palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, brushing off without care. ... We're in the middle of class and should stop. We're in the middle of class and should start working. That's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right. Hee-chan, are you asking because you're interested in throwing a club? Oh my god, what was that face? I didn't see that face fast enough. It could be my eyes playing tricks on me, but I saw a suspicious glance exchanged between the two. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other. Oh, shoot. My spacebar is being weird. I was about to ask what they have in mind, but something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catches my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see a girl with long, dark hair get up from their desk and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working with in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl. Why doesn't he say anything? Hee-chan? Hee-chan, is something wrong? Do I look uneasy or so as I feel? Or was Visha looking at me, looking after the girl who left? No, it's nothing. Dun dun dun. Okay, well, like we were just asking, don't you have any plans for lunch today, do you? You don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick... Wait, oh fuck, that's the other character. I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Do you want to have lunch together again? Sure. ... Yay! Wow! Wow! Okay, Hee-chan, perfect! No. The rest of the class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have time to put any more thought into where she could have gone. The teacher informs us it's time to stop working. Shizune looks a little more than looks more than a little annoyed that we only managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it all. It's not a contest or anything. ... Yes, it is, Hee-chan. Impossible. Impossible. Really? Really. I noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha always moves her hands and signs not only everything she says, but anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously means so, must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who's supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking at the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really, Shizune can't hear me. But it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest, because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize in the line, it's not really a competition. It's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with competitive glare. The competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think this might be a contest for her too. I never noticed how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. ... Are you sure, Hee-chan? I'm very sure. ... Ha ha ha! You're wrong, Hee-chan, because I don't want to be because I don't want to be the slowest one in class, and therefore what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Wahahaha! Shizune pushes up her glasses up the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact manner. I'd argue more, but the bell rings and she quickly gets up and pats her bag, looking at me expectantly. I almost forgot I was supposed to have lunch with them. ... Where do you want to eat? The cafeteria? Ah ha ha! That's so plain! Okay, let's go! Let's go! Plain? Well, I guess. In my own school, I like to eat outside near the back of the building. It was a good spot. But I didn't find it until the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there's similar places to eat here. There's a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shizune and Misha pulled towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classrooms or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had bought lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks off where he left off earlier. So, Hee-chan, you want to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right? ... Right, Shi-chan. Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation. They turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture as if she's about to deliver a speech. Hee-chan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really interested. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. There's a book club, right, Shi-chan? Right? But it seems that they all the members they have all the members they could possibly have right now. Sorry, Hee-chan, it's a really popular club. ... Ah, okay. More to the point, Hee-chan, does that mean that you don't have anything in mind? Not really. ... Good, great. That's great, Hee-chan. Really great. Sorry. Why is it so great? No reason. No reason. Well, Hichan, other than clubs and the coming festival, there is one thing. Student council. I see. I didn't know the school had a student council. That was a very melodramatic step up. No, just to tell me that. Step up, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha is laughing. Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion and manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has a voice to voice whatever she says. ... Haha, right. Hichan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yep, definitely. You should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we can hang out every day, Hichan. Shi-chan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Shi-chan is the president. I'm starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if free in my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. ... Ahaha! Of course, we're not trying to get you to join, just because we would obviously benefit you from joining the club and therefore have incentive to try and get you to... So you're admitting that. ... Aha! We admit nothing! I mean, Hichan, of course, it would be nice if you joined. We'd appreciate it. Even after all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one school. Yup, it's true, Hichan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us pretty girls after school every day, Hichan? Do you? I can't tell if she's being genuine or if she's really good at acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they are already pretty cute to begin with. Well. ... So it's settled then. Welcome to this student council, Hichan. We have been conscripted, my little soldiers. We have been conscripted. Wait, no. See, Sachan? It wouldn't go that easily. ... Yep, that's right. Though it would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well. Shi-chan owes me candy now. We're betting on it now? Wait, no. Sorry. Change voices. You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Shizune looks very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. I'm scared of Shizune. I'm terrified. ... Wahaha! That's interesting, Hichan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. What about rich man, poor man, Hichan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Aw, why not? Well, because both of you have the same incentive, therefore the same goal, which is to get me to the student council, right? ... Yep! Yeah, that isn't my goal. But what this means is both of you can team up, and I'll be at a clear disadvantage. So I will have to decline. ... Hichan, I'm very offended. Are you saying that you don't trust us? That we would pull something so degenerous? Disingenuous? That makes me sad. Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. ... In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you definitely have to join the student council. No. No. Hold on. No. How about a game of paper football instead of rich men, poor men? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game where they play in America. You make paper triangles and then you try to shoot it past the goalpost. Another player has to make it with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hee-chan. It's the ultimate form of competition, Hee-chan. You see, paper football is the best thing ever. We have to play it. We have to right now. We have to do it right now. We just have to. Don't worry about it, Hee-chan. We just have to. Sorry. ... And it's also played by elementary and middle school children's, Hee-chan. Wahaha! That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. This is the stupidest thing I've ever... More like boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Ah-ha-ha! Yeah, that's true. How do you know, Hee-chan? Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she's probably wasn't supposed to admit that it's hereditary. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me in the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. Never been on one before, or even known anyone who's a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be too bad. Maybe it wouldn't be too bad. ... Okay, Hee-chan, how about Risk? The game of World Dungeon! I don't know what that is. It's really fun, Hee-chan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at that. Added. If you want to play, we can after school. ... Aw, really, Hee-chan? We can just play for fun, Hee-chan. Hee-chan hasn't played in so long, so if you want to, there's no strings attached. Well, okay. Okay, perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room, then, Hee-chan. Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. Duh, silly. I grimace to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything else. So in the end, I agree, but only after getting Shizune to notice that I don't mean anything concrete by accepting to look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends, and we go back to class. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. At the school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor's lobby and latched onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I'm a little offended, but considering it, nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner about to be transported to her cell. Wahaha! What's wrong, Hee-chan? ... That's right, we're going to play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know, Misha. This all seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play a little game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seems like it it would be so plausible. Being tortured by a bunch of cute women? Well, that just man, that sounds wonderful. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds wonderful. Hold on, let me just scoop myself up. There we go. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me seems a little silly. ... Please don't threaten me with a good time. That's not true, Hee-chan. Hee-chan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability of pulling off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened? Her expression's unchanging. Misha signs something amusedly to Shizune, makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that. I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. H. We're about to be tortured by some cute girls. My little soldiers, get ready for some sagizu. Anyway. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's very plain, sparsely decorated, although a quite large frame. Maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center, surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked in one side as well. Extras, probably. Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves, stacked with old school records and documents. Nothing else. In fact, not much else. In fact, nothing else. Pulling out a preemptive water bottle. Sorry, I had to do some voice stuff so my voice doesn't die. If I had a... This is... Okay. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here or something, but the most noticeable thing in this room doesn't have is other people. This room doesn't have is other people. Are we early? ... No. What do you mean, no? Does that mean nobody else is coming today? ... Yeah, that's right. Claps. That's very loud. Before I managed to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Hee-chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Ha ha. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain it to you while we're setting everything up. And while Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for liking running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I'm feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Halfway through the game. Okay, guys, halfway through the game, I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault. From two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Shi-chan wants you to know that you're taking too long to make a move. Shi-chan also says that you will let her keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. I thought there was no string attached to this game. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would dangle that from my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. And anyway, no! Shi-chan admires your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council. You're so competitive, Shizune. She seems to take this as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous? She doesn't seem to know the word means or how to sign it, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it to Shizune. Or returns and signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her long, unit fingers against her temples as if trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. ... And suddenly, Shizune bursts into a fury of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Wait, slow down, Shi-chan. Shi-chan says you're going to lose. Tell her I will crush her world empire with my rebellion. Okay. Those eyes of hers shine with childlike mischief. ... She says you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you don't. So you know you won. So what do you do now? It's a trap, obviously. She's provoking us. It's clear to me. But sometimes it's good to unleash the trap. And knowing it's a trap preemptively. But defensive. Smart to play defensive. It's likely like she's trying to suck me out. Again, at the board, I have a pretty good defense setup. I'm not going to wreck it, doing something reckless. A few turns later, I lose the game anyway. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously. Okay, I'm a little curious. What's the other side do? That's history. Can I go back? No? I can't go back. Sad. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist in the air in celebration. ... Wahahaha! You lost when you allowed me to take North America. I mean, Shi-chan, not me. ... Getting control of North America is ambitious because it provides a 5-army bonus, but you can attack it from 3 fronts, so you must defend them all. ... I thought you'd get more guts. How disappointing. Ambition, Hee-chan. Your play needs to be more daring. Ambition. ... I was really excited when you took South America, but when you switched to playing defensively because you gained a small advantage, that's no good, Hee-chan. You didn't take any risks, and when you did, you didn't follow through. That's terrible, Hee-chan. Dude, chill. Damn, what's it to her if I play too carefully? There's no need of rubbing in my face. ... I wonder if you would be any good for the student council. What's this, reverse psychology? I guess I don't have to worry about joining or not in that case. ... Giving up just like that? I expected more from you. Seriously, is Shizune trying to taunt me into joining the student council? Besides, I don't even want to join. It's only my second day. I can't make that kind of a commitment. Hello, never in my life. Welcome to the stream. We're playing Katawa Shoujo. I haven't even taken a look at the other clubs yet, and these two, they're a little weird. Fine, I'll consider joining the council, but I want to take a closer look at jobs at the clubs before I decide. Really, Hee-chan? You're not just saying that to make us feel better. Yeah, sure. Not sure I want to. I'm just not sure I want to. Aw. ... Okay, Hee-chan, we're not going to give up so easily. So maybes, there's still a chance you'll come around. ... Come on, we could really have fun. We could make more risks. Maybe one day you could beat me, and unless we graduate before that. That doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining, you know? Oh, my voice is dying. It's dying slowly. ... Wahaha! Surely you are not that horrible at board games. Maybe we can play a game you know then, to give you a handicap. I might have said that just to make you feel better after all. Aw, that's cold, Hee-chan. I take a glance at the clock on the wall and realize I spent far longer playing Risk than expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I want to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures to Misha. How hard is it to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. ... It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Shi-chan. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. Can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is? No, thanks. It's okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye! One flight of stairs up. I ran into problems. The second floor hallway is carbon top of the third floor one. Wide, of course, and plain, just like the hallways can be. The problem is that the library's whereabouts are not as easy to determine as one would think. The classrooms are marked with signs stating where class they belong to, but then there's a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them, or is it just down the hallway? I bet the latter, and choose my direction at random. I have to turn a corner. An unmarked room draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either. Just barely ajar, so that I can see it's opening and nothing else. It would make sense for a library to be invitingly open, and while this one is not quite that, it's good enough. At very least, it means someone is inside, and I can ask it for directions, no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly pushed the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at the moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider to the school can't be shaken from my mind, so much so that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering it. The door slowly creaks open, as if it's groaning from a deep sleep. No, it's much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning over, I poking my head ever further inside, against sight of the room as fast as possible. The meek "Hello! Hello!" in my lips is quickly snatched away. dot, dot, dot. This is not what I expected. This is not what I was expecting. Mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking the sight of the solitary figure taking center stage in the otherwise abandoned room. The situation stills my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway staring at the beautiful girl. Evidently having her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. Hello? Hello? Hello there. May I help you? Staring directly in front of me, the movements of her lips seem to break the silence rather than the words. I have her soft, measured voice that reminds me that she's being separate from the room itself. Not only is she likely the tallest girl I've ever laid eyes on, but even among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi? Hi? Sorry for intruding. I just kinda lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels of it as if it's carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? Care to take a seat? Seat? Unexpected, considering I'm intruding upon her. Thanks. I slowly step towards another seat opposite her. The girl resting the teacup and the saucer on the wooden table between. The way she doesn't track my movement with her head is telling, and that the slight cloudiness in her eyes means that she must be partially blind like Kenji. Thinking of that, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. Right, yeah, we're Japanese. Forgot about that. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is so different from the student council office. I take it. Sorry, I need to capture this girl's confidence. I take it you're one of the new student. I take it you're a new student at Yamaku. To Yamaku? That's an odd way of saying that. Yeah, I just transferred in yesterday. I get this distinct impression my speech patterns didn't match the formality of hers, and accentuated by her restrained bow of greeting. When which I hasten to match, quickly realizing the futility of the action. I'm Lily Sato. Pleased to meet you. Hisao Nikki. Hisao Nikki. She gave a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. Would you care for a drink? Sure. I imagine if I was in this situation, I wouldn't be able to speak. I would be choking up because pretty girl in front of me, and I would just be so stiff. So stiff around her. As much as it pains me, I can't keep step with the formality in the proceedings. She gives me a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from the collection of supplies laid out along the shelf. A brush here, a brush there, her left hand often lightly touching the side of whatever container she's pouring into. It seems to be a process she's followed dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see her back, she seems to use her long, dainty measure to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see the different disabilities the students in the class, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Shizune and Misha have no problem working together to communicate with me, and Lily seems to have workarounds for problems I never thought of. While I feel slightly guilty for her doing the work, she seems pleased to follow the correct process of of the offerer preparing the drink. So, the soft voice brings me out of my silent observance. Which room were you looking for again? It's not often this classroom is visited after the school. School library. Shizune and some classmates told me it was on this floor. She finished pouring the water into the cup. As she nods, a small metallic tapping coming from the teacup, indicating that it's being stirred. I'm aware of Miss Kamichi, as are most students. To be with them means you're class 3-3, no? That's right. In the science room with Muto. She gives a small giggle, setting the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand. He's quite a character. I imagine you'll come to like him. Most do. As she sets down the tea, I quite gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but this seems rather bad moment to bring it up. Nevertheless, the smell's quite nice. I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Thanks, Sato. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face. Lily, please. There's no need to be too formal. She says that in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Oh well. I guess I should try to ask her about herself, as it does seem as if she's catering to me. Which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes. Correct. I'm in class 3-2, which is the one on the third floor, same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi, and specifically for both blind and partially blind students. I see. Sorry. So sorry. I know, right? She's so cute. Nikki's so cute. She's so useless. Useless lesbians are adorable. I feel like slapping myself with a fast pause. Looking at her face, though, she doesn't seem in the least bit put off by it. My, no need to change your speech on my account. Sure. Sorry, I guess I'm really showing my newness here. An environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. Well, the same can be said for everyone. Many have come to terms with their conditions. A category which I would include her, it seems, all too ready to jump ship from this particular content. I segue into another. Do you come here to drink tea often? It's a really nice place. Thinking on it, it might be her vision in the place behind the school that I like to have lunch at. I come here fairly often during lunchtimes. My duties as class representatives don't leave enough time for an official club. So a friend and I use this room for having tea. Class representative, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerism seems to be almost completely opposite. While Shizune is blunt and fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the school's club. What kind of clubs are there to join? Most popular ones are the class and field club, which use the field near the school during lunchtimes, the baseball club, and the book club in the room near the library. There's also numerous small ones too, though such as the art and music clubs. At the time, I just wanted to get on my feet. Rushing into a club right away seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if this school shares the same rules as my own one. Is it compulsory to join a club? It isn't, though it is encouraged. Ah, good, that's a relief. As I've really let down my guard around this girl to let such a thing out, the fat seems to slightly amuse her. Not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking it, as Lily does the same. As I look over the window over her shoulder, I notice the light coming through has a distinct orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. Time's gone quickly. Sorry? Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of the time. Sorry, Hiso. I didn't mean to keep you from the library so long. I quickly moved to allay her concerns. No, it's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. Probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance. Lily seems to be likely to know in any case. True. It's open until 6:30 during weekdays. Man, my voice is going to die. A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking to you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her. It was my pleasure. Come to think of it. Shall I show you to where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it, all right. Well, unless my navigational shit fail me, which they seem to be a habit of doing. It's all right. I was going to be talking to the library now, in any case, I could introduce you. This is getting better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, then that'd be great. Thanks. Man, all this talking and my nose is getting all runny. Oh, stuffy. As she stands up to follow me, she takes hold of the straight, retractable cane that has been slipped into the handle of her bag on the floor. And the bag on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy in my class had, Lily's looked much thinner and longer. His must be for support, whereas Lily's is for navigation. Together, we leave the peaceful classroom and enter the empty hallway on the way to the library. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers. We slowly walked through the hallway. It doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the room of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. I'm also a lady, though. She gives an appreciated smile at the jester, taking the lead as we file in. And to the left is a wooden library counter, with the library proper being on the right. It easily dwarfs my own school's library, with the distinct smell of old books giving a place, the place of an almost old world air. There don't seem to be a lot of students here, considering the time. It isn't a big surprise, however. Everyone's probably either in the school grounds or the dorms. Yuko, are you here? She says to thin air, since the librarian doesn't seem to be present. And of course, Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is it draws a reaction. Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet yet well. Ah! Ah! The origin, apparently, the librarian quickly crawls out of and bounces up to streaming rigid attention. Hi, Lily. How can I help you? Her voice is strained in a failing attempt to sound casual and rubbing her back of their head. Good afternoon. What happened just now? I heard a strange noise. It's nothing. I just hit my head. Yeah. See? Dropped the eraser on my desk, and I was looking for a pencil. A pencil dropped, and I was looking for both of them. Both of them. You came and surprised me. Are you alright? I'm sorry, I couldn't know. It's okay. Sorry for making you worry. It's nothing. I've had worse done to me. She's quick to reverse Lily's apologies, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenient by bashing her head on the counter. Yes, worse things have happened. Yeah, worse things have happened. The girl fidgets with her finger as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression when she shuffles some papers across the counter for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and very troubled look. She seems to fit a library perfectly. Oh, Lily, did you get my message? Message? Oh, the 2 important books that arrived. Right, they finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but amidst her celebrations, partially for managing the carpet eye, I'm sure she noticed me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does. Oh, no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check out a book? Or return one? I'm sorry. I don't think I'll be able to play this game for long. My voice is gonna die. I'll try to keep it as long as I can, though. Keep going as long as I can. The way she says so quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling. He's with me, Yuko. This is Hiso. Hiso? Weird thought, but Hiso... Hold on. Hisao. Not Hiso, Hisao. Is Hisao the last name or the first name? I'm confused. Is that the last name or first name? Oh, Hisao's the first name. Oh, I didn't know that. Hisao Nakai is the first name. That got me confused because Japanese lettering is always surname and then you have a name. Hisao is Hina. Yeah. She's with me, Yuko. This is Hina, a new student. Hina, this is Yuko, the school's librarian. Pleased to meet you. Hina. Right, Hina. Pleased to meet you, Hina. For a moment, she's visibly attempts to engrave the name on her mind so she doesn't forget. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books and braille for me. Would you like to tell Hina a little something about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion is met with an expression of abject horror. Please, Lily, I can't. I don't know what she could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. How it's any responsibility at all? I don't get it. But her objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second that she would rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are. But so there are a lot of books in braille here. I tend to save the day asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work, at least partially, as Yuko seems to not exactly relax. But at least look slightly less tense. Well, I think there's a third or fourth of Yamaku's library in here in braille or audio. Makes sense, given all the blind students that'd be here. You know, every book these days comes with audiobook, and not just blind people uses it. Not just blind people, but, you know, people who aren't blind also uses it. It's fun to listen to dramatic readings. If it's only that, how come this library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is inadequately endowed. That's probably why. We spend more on new books than on my salary, and then I have to organize and shelve them all of them. It's so troublesome, and they waste so much. I wish I could quit this job. A very awkward silence follows this revelation of too much information. I'll go check the owls then, if you don't mind. It's probably for the best for all of us if she doesn't keep talking to me. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuko and I have those books, if that's all right with you. My first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big. Ambling down the narrow aisles, I studied the spines of the books in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read the blurb, taking it with me if it looks good. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. I guess I'll never be stuck for a choice in here. The normality of the library seeps in. Sure, there's large print and braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is, a library. If it's the calm mood, it's as if the calm mood of the library I had tea with Lily and snuck with us in here, unless it was here to begin with. Something that puts me at ease, just like before. I reach the end of the aisle, find a collection of desks set up for study and personal reading. Going further, though, I discover a nice quiet corner at the back. While the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at the desk, either reading or stealthily sleeping, the back is pretty much deserted. I glance around. I see someone I recognize sitting on one of the several beanbags. It's the dark-haired girl from my class, the one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes her look like she's really into it. From the way she's acting today, I had pegged her as more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, she had her mysterious appearance from the class raised all sorts of whys in my head. Intrigue floats slowly but surely towards the surface, and before I know it, I'm walking towards the mysterious long-haired girl. Guess there's no harm in introducing myself as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate, after all. I walked over to another beanbag and said, walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my books beside it. The girl looking looking terrified at me from beneath her fringe. This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long, dense bangs, I can see that the part of her face, at least a third, if not half, is pretty badly scarred. It's terribly scarred. Hanako. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconsciously peeking past her hair until they met her own eyes. For a second, I'm shocked. I divert my eyes to the book in her hands. Before I realize that looking away probably makes it worse. It takes too long. It takes too many seconds to collect myself and remember that I walked up to her for. Which one should I pick, guys? What's the most optimal choice, AA Killer? You seem to know this game. What's the most optimal choice? Hey, Killer, are you gonna make an optimal choice here? One or two? Make an optimal choice. I'm just gonna pick then. Hi, I'm new here. It's Nakai. We're in the same class. Let's not apologize. That just makes it worse. Hi, I'm new here. Hina Nakai. We're in the same class. I just transferred here the other day. Maybe you don't remember? ... The girl still doesn't say a word. Simply stares at me wide-eyed. I'm still getting used to the place, so I'm trying to meet as many people as I can. What's your name? Hanako? Her speech is stuttering, and so quiet it is barely audible even in the still library. Hey! Thanks for raiding my trenches, Lucy. Raiding my trenches once again. Man, that's so hot. You're so hot for raiding my trenches. Her speech is stuttering and so quiet that it's barely audible, even in the still library. Somehow I think my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako, eh? So, what are you reading? Hey! You have joined my army. Thank you for joining. May you live long enough to be promoted. Honestly, you don't remember. It's been years. Wow. That was a long answer. She gently taps the book backwards so I can read the title, at the same time hiding her face behind it. She must have noticed me staring before. Life of Pi? I've never heard of it before. What's it about? A boy and a tiger on a boat. I can see this taking some time. Sounds interesting. Is it any good? She nods from behind the book, but stays silent. She seems tense, a bit like Yuko earlier, but in a different way, more like petrified with terror, I'd say. So man, she's shaking up a storm. Poor baby. I want to hug her. Though that probably would freak her more out. She probably doesn't like being touched. So the mystery delinquent girl turned out to be anything but. She is quivering her in a way that makes it look like she is mortally afraid of me. The only way out of this, as far as I can tell, is to try to get normal conversation out of it. Is it a school library book? Is it a library book? I'm looking for new ones to read, but there's just so many. No, it's mine. Oh, so do you come here often? A huge blush spreads on Hanako's face, and her eyes widens far larger than I thought it was possible for my eyes to do. Uh-oh. Did she interpret my lame response as small talk as a fetal attempt to pick her up? I didn't mean it like that. I don't do something! Runs. Without warning, Hanako takes off, running towards the counter. Her hair like takeoff catches me off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she has a good head start. Why would you run after her? By the time I reach the counter, she's nowhere to be seen. Lily and Yuko are happily chatting away. Knowing that I wouldn't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you see or notice a girl run past here? Maybe. What did she look like? Long, dark hair, kind of shy. She had some stars on her face. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, will you? Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her. But I scared her off or something. Oh dear. Yuko, would you excuse me? I'd better try and find her. Sure, I'll hold on to these until you come back. What's going on? I'm sorry, I'll have to explain it to you some other time. Right. I'll see you later then. Honestly, Hanako is just relatable on a existential level. So relatable. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong? What did you do? Nothing. I just talked to her. I tried to get to know her. Didn't manage to get started. Yuko sighs and looks awfully bothered, even more so than she did before. I guess you weren't wrong so much as tactless. Tactless? That girl's a bit of a special case. It's like she never really talks to anyone. Isn't that a bit strange? Strange? I wonder if that's just how she is. I wonder. It's just how she is, I think. Doesn't sound all that convincing. Then again, this is just the norm around here. Maybe this is just the norm around here. Maybe I'm the weird one. Dude, the girl clearly wasn't interested in talking to you, and you talked to her anyway. You're bad. Hina, you're a bad girl. Naughty. Give Hina a spank. Spank her. Everybody spank. We got new emojis. We can spank people now. Spank. Spank her. Spank Hina. That's the main character. Her name's Hina, not Hiso. Hina. Everybody spank. She's a bad girl. Everyone has their own problems, or else they wouldn't be here. Maybe I was just being a little tactless after all. But how should I deal with these people? I'm forcing myself to act overly casual, only making myself feel phony. like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets like she wants to say something, but she resists. I think it's the only elephant if you feel that way. I feel like she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile and she blushes heavily. What? Did that sound stupid? No, it sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us had anything to add, so Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around us. People who have papers on their desk really like doing that. Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, the library should be closing, but I have to do that. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you. Oh, yeah. I want some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. I fetched my stack of books from beside the beanbags where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprise myself with that too, honestly. At least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I just really kind of started reading books. So, to fill that time, and couldn't do anything else. And couldn't do much else. I couldn't do much else. I see. But she doesn't say anything else and just checks out the books for me. Hey, is the latency an issue today? I feel like I'll talk. Yeah, the latency is an issue, isn't it? Yeah, it's very much an issue. Why is it an issue today? The latency is fucked, dude. Let's see here. How far? Yeah, it's an issue. What the hell? Why is the latency an issue? Weird stuff, my dude. I'm having a latency issue. Hard to tell, seems good on your end. Yeah, it's just being weird. Oh, I guess it's called tapped. Oh, never mind, it's not a latency issue. Holding library books in one arm, I trawl my pockets for the key to the door. A sudden sound from behind me startles me, making me nearly drop the books I'm carrying or the key that I almost managed to get into the lock. Who is it? Who is it? I turn around to see who's talking to me. It's Kenji. He seems to be in a friendly mood, although the light glinting off his glasses in the dark gives him a sinister look. It's just me. This gives him pause and lick his lips nervously. Who is me? I don't know anyone called me. Are you some new guy again? His voice suddenly strained and quick. Yes, but we met before. Yesterday. I don't think so. I remember someone who I met only yesterday. When was that? What day is it today? I tried. Or is he joking or something? Prove that we just met. We met before. You live across the hall. You're Kenji. Kenji drops back his eyes with comprehending fear. How do you know my name? Damn, this only means one of two things. We either met, or you're telling the truth, or I just can't remember, or you're a spy! He pauses. I psychic spy. His eyes darts around, trying to peek into my room, although it's hard to believe he can see anything through those thick glasses. His mood swung from friendly to manic in less than a minute. I'm not psychic. How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader. Kenji points a finger at my face damningly. Unlike you! Stop that, man. We met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room. Lies. If you think you have passes, Hina, because I'm legally blind, you are sorely mistaken. You don't even look like him. I mean, that semblance is real slim. Maybe at the distance, but who do you think you're kidding? I want to grab him by the shoulders and shake him. Exasperated, I rub my eyes and let out a heavy sigh. Stay there! Kenji comes closer, one careful step at a time. I stay still, lest he assault me physically. Although I doubt he could do much, even if he did. Wait, I see it now. Damn, it really is you. Sighing again. For good measure, I step backwards, just in case. What's it, man? You don't look too good, I think. Something wrong? I don't know, just something stupid happened to me. A few stupid things, actually. Even if you discount this one. I can't get a proper touch on other people around here. I have no idea if it's because of me or it was because of them. I don't know why I'm telling this to Kenji. It's not like we had any contact either. That's rough, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry about calling you a psychic spy and all. But you can never be too careful. It's hard. It's the hard reality we live in. I'm slowly starting to think Kenji isn't necessarily living in the same state of reality as the rest of us. You see, this is how it is in this world. There's no justice, you see. Even when we lose, I win because I don't lose the lesson. What does that mean? It doesn't matter. He dismisses it flatly with a wave of his hand. So what happened? Why the long face? Do you have a long face? Do you have a long face? Thinking. I think, hold on one moment,